It's Ryan Deakin time, folks. He's going to take on number 24 at 157 in Jake Tucker, redshirt junior out of Lowell, Indiana. So potentially a nice challenge here for Deakin at 157. Ryan Deakin, of course, remains undefeated at 13-0. And it's been a while since we've really seen Deakin tested. Maybe date all the way back to CKLV in December.
And he's in on his patented sweep single early. We've seen Ryan time and time again, have to fight through this position. And, I've said it many times and I'll say it again. He's just so persistent here. You can see him working behind that leg, collecting ankles, continuing pressure into him. And that's why he's so successful from that position. He's doing a really great job there.
Deakin started with that pressure on the right leg, turned it into pressure on the left leg, turned it into a takedown, just like that.
Yeah, and it's nothing fancy. He doesn't have any fancy technique. It's just being hard-nosed and keeping good pressure the entire time.
So Deakin with the early 2-point lead. Now he's working from on top here against Tucker. Jake Tucker has more wins than any other wrestler on this Michigan State roster this season. 22-6. Redshirt junior has seen a lot of action. But he hasn't seen anybody quite like Ryan Deakin. Deakin locks up the legs and coming right towards our announcing booth. As Tucker slips out of play, comes up hobbling a little bit. Bit of a tricky situation when both guys are sort of sprawled out like that, but no harm, no foul. Deakin continues the ride. And though, some of those decision wins that Ryan Deakin has racked up recently against Will Luan of Michigan and Bo Pfeiffer of Penn State, the numbers, 4-1 and 6-0 wins may not look so impressive, but the fact of those matches, especially that one against Luan, only 4-1 on the score sheet, but what it really was Luan not really going for an attack all match long and just sort of sitting underneath Deakin, getting enough action going to not get called for a stall and not letting him score anymore.
Yeah.
As here Tucker gets the escape. But really, like I said, it's been a while since we've seen the redshirt junior challenged.
Tucker did a good job getting that his right leg back on Deakin's lefty sweep attempt. We had a little bit of a flurry there, but no score resulting from that one.
So both guys still battling up top as Deakin with a 55-second riding time advantage after that long ride following his first takedown. Still only with that 2-1 lead after Tucker managed to escape, and now Deakin quickly turning Tucker around, has a grasp on that right leg, trying to turn it into a takedown. Tucker fighting him off. Now
potentially
referee calls
there.
a safety restart there. It looked like Deakin was in a promising position. Of course, that safety's got to come first. Now Deakin gets right into that headlock up top and rips to the leg just like he did last time. Tucker nearly able to slip out of it.
Yeah, it looks like he's just kind of standing up and spinning out, which can be frustrating for Ryan to score from there, but it definitely, it prolongs
but now
the
Deakin
action
turning
there.
him over and nearly had Tucker's shoulders in a dangerous spot. Deakin just trying to fight those shoulders near to the mat as he's got 8 seconds to make something happen in this first period. Now they're going to stand him back up with 4.8 to go. Neither guy going to take a shot here to close out this first period. And Deakin with the 2-1 lead at the end of period number 1. Going back on this slate of action that Deakin has faced, he's got the 5 straight wins in duels since the start of 2020 after winning at CKLV. It was really tested by both, well, not really tested, but David Carr, number 3 wrestler in the country at the time of Iowa State, as Deakin gets this quick escape here to start the second period. And then Hayden Hidlay, at the time the number 1 wrestler in this class out of North Carolina State, both guys that he beat at CKLV. After not wrestling at Midlands, Deakin, after the month off, has mostly had a pretty easy time of it with those 5 dual wins since. And right now, with that 3-1 lead, certainly trending towards another victory.
Yep, good attack attempt by Tucker. Got pretty deep on that leg, but he needed to keep moving there if you want to score on Ryan. Ryan's got really heavy hips, and just sitting in front of him is really not gonna score a takedown. And Ryan back in on that sweep single, coming across the finish, low at the ankles, and it looks like Tucker's starting to wear here. We see kind of head in the mat right now, feet up, not really working for an escape. He's Ryan's. I think he senses it.
Yeah,
just had a bar.
Deakin trying to work Tucker here. Like you said, starting to tire out. He tried to get to his feet and slip through that takedown attempt again, but wasn't quick enough this time, as Deakin able to elevate that right leg before Tucker could get to his feet. Turned it into a takedown that way. But Jake Tucker really looking gassed on the bottom here. Like you said, not really doing much moving towards an escape, although now able to get up to his knees at least. As Deakin continues to be relentless. That 5-1 lead, trying to turn it into a little bit more here with 30 seconds to go in the second period. Deakin still trying to turn him over.
Yeah, he is not.
And there's the stall call underneath for Tucker, who still has just not had much action in this second period. I should say the warning there. That was the first warning, so no point yet. Deakin nearing 2 minutes of riding time as he has dominated this one and just trying to get some points in before the end of this second period. The clock is going to run out.
I mean, Tucker is in the fetal position right now. His legs are together in between Ryan's. His arms are in. It just really did not make it look like he was trying to escape there.
And it's got to be frustrating for Deakin because this isn't new. This is something that we've seen over and over again in 2020 against some of these wrestlers that he's faced. Like I mentioned, we saw it against Will Luan of Michigan, guys who are just not physical matches for Deakin, and just sort of resort to trying to limit as many points as possible.
Just keep it close. Yeah,
exactly.
I think.
And Deakin with that riding time point virtually secured. Well, now they're going to take 12 seconds off, so maybe not as secure anymore. Not sure what's going on, but it's back to 2:08 of riding time for Deakin here. Now we'll try to turn that lead into at least a major decision. Still got a couple of points to gain to get there.
Ryan's just, he does such a good job of driving with his legs when he's on top and keeping a lot of weight on his opponents.
Now he lets Tucker up. And Deakin has now secured the riding time point. So the Tucker escape virtually negated with that, and just trying to get another takedown or two to get into that major decision territory. Stand him back up.
I think that was a good call. Didn't look like a lot was going to happen from there. Tucker doing a really good job of taking leg attempts, just attempting to get to a leg attack.
Yeah. Tucker not stopping with the scramble there, but Deakin just outworked him that time and gets another takedown, and he's going to let him up again. So this is where Deakin just trying to stack takedowns at this point in the match. So he lets Tucker up, goes right in on that leg again, going for another takedown. 44 seconds to go. And even with that riding time point, Deakin, to go this route, would need a second takedown after this takedown potentially to get to major decision territory. There is the takedown. So now Deakin would have to let him up. Storniolo telling him to go out of bounds. He doesn't realize how close his feet are to the boundary, I don't think, and now he is out.
Yeah.
So that's just Deakin not really completely being aware of where he was in the circle. And Storniolo just telling him, get out of bounds. Get the chance to get some more points up. And Deakin allows the escape for free. Again, he needs one more takedown here, and then he would have that major decision with the riding time point. So far, he's earned 4. Tucker playing defense desperately here with 10 seconds to go. Knows he needs to stop this last takedown to keep it out of major decision territory, and Deakin just trying to finish him off. Yeah. Got that leg locked up, and now he gets him. Well, it looked like he had him. There's been no takedown awarded, and the 2 points are awarded just before the buzzer. Michigan State can't believe it. The challenge brick has come
I was
in.
gonna say they have to challenge
It was right at the buzzer that the 2 points were given, as Deakin was right up on that major decision boundary. If the takedown stands, it'll be a major decision. If the takedown does not stand, it'll just be a decision. And they're going to go to the monitors to check it out.
And it
in real time, it seemed like the 2 fingers came up after the buzzer sounded. We'll have to see. Hard-fought end to that match there, 157. Ryan Deakin stays undefeated, as we expected. He moves to 14-0. The question is, will it be 14-0 with another decision win or 14-0 with another major decision win? Will the Cats be up 10-3 or 11-3? And we'll find out. The takedown stands. It confirmed, actually. So, Michigan State loses. The referee's actually telling us the call stands, so not confirmed. The initial announcement was confirmed, but the call stands as called. Takedown earned by Deakin, and he gets the major decision win as we move on to 165. Another intriguing matchup here. It's always intriguing when Shane Oster is wrestling as we check out some of those highlights from Deakin. A couple of those 5 takedowns that he managed to earn en route to that major decision victory.